CV is like a photo, and your cover letter is the video. And how you can improve your chances of getting that perfect job is how to look for that job. And that will enable you to shortlist some of the jobs that would be suitable for you. Okay. Hi, my name is Shabana Momin. I'm from the Leicestershire Advice and Support Services. It's a CIC set up to help people in terms of one-stop shop, so everything from employment, benefits, welfare support. But today, our main topic is to look at job searching and how you can improve your chances of getting that perfect job. But main thing is how to look for that job. Thank you. And I will share my screen, show the presentation. Thank you. Okay, so the topic today is all about job searching. I'm just working in partnership with the Spring Educational Society. So today it's just a little bit of background about myself. So I have been working in the community for over 20 years. I've provided support as a information advice and guidance officer, careers officer. I've supported refugees, asylum seekers, women in the community, the new arriving communities. So I have a vast amount of experience and qualifications. Now, today's presentation's objectives is to look at whether looking for your first job after graduating from college or high school, or you're looking to change companies or progress into your career. It's vital to know how to look for a job, although finding a new job might seem like a bit of a challenge. Some people do find it daunting. You're in one job and you're enjoying it, or you're just really worried about applying. There are a number of different methods that you can use to find a job effectively and efficiently. So today, I'm just going to explain to you, there are 6 different methods that you can use. The first method is one of the best ways I have found is asking your friends and family. So if you say to your friends, I'm looking for a job, do you know anybody? They may have a job within their company that they might be recruiting that they can refer you to. Sometimes referrals internally does increase the opportunity of you getting the job. Second is to contact companies directly. Now, I have found this useful as well. What you can do is say you're looking for a job within an engineering firm, but you're looking and you can't seem to find anything. You can do your CV, make a cover letter, find all the different engineering companies in your city, and then send an email out to all of them with your CV to say, this is who I am, and this is my qualifications and experience, and I'm looking to get into this role. Would you have anything available? Sometimes they may look at your CV and think, actually, we may be able to find something for this individual and get you into a job. Now, the third is to use job search platforms, which is one of the things I'm going to concentrate on today. So things like NHS website, Leicester City Council website, and how you can look for jobs on those sites. The other options are attending job fairs. So there are lots of job fairs that are happening throughout your towns and cities. They're mainly based within city centre. If you do need to find these, you can just put on Google jobs fairs and then your name of the city, and it will tell you what jobs fairs are coming up in your area and where they're going to be. Just to be mindful, most of them are free, so they shouldn't be charging you to attend any jobs fairs. The other option is to leverage social media. Nowadays, everything is online. So utilizing social media like your LinkedIn account and making sure that everything up there is up to date. Please keep it professional. So obviously, you know, we all go out and take some very embarrassing photos. Please do not put them on your professional sites, as that does put a lot of employers off from giving you that job. So keep it professional, keep it posh, you know, try and keep it clean. Utilize all the different jobs that you've worked and make sure you put that on your LinkedIn or other social media that you might be using. If you're a social media person and looking to get into social media, then that's where you need to highlight your skills. Now, the last option is also inquiring at staffing agencies. There are lots and lots of different agencies that are available in lots of different towns. There are specific agencies that can get you into jobs such as schools. There are some specific agencies that get you into warehouse or food production. So it's about finding them online and registering with them. Most of them do have an online registration process that you can register yourself onto. Okay, now before you get searching online, I have a few different tips to please utilize. First is to create a plan. So Now, sit down and write down what job is it that I want to go for. Now, if you are looking to change industries, then do a little bit of research into that industry. Are there jobs available? What sort of jobs are there? What sort of skills are they looking for? So some people would sit down and apply for jobs and then that's it. Okay, I'm just going to wait for the employers to get back to me. Now, that's one thing I always say to people, don't wait around. Now, if you are looking to change industries, you may be able to see that there are certain skills that you are not, you do not have those skills. So you need to go and do some courses while you're waiting for the employer to get back to you. So please don't wait around for the employers. Sometimes it's always good as well to follow up with them. So contact the employer and say, hey, I sent you a CV 2 weeks ago. I'm still very keen on working with your organization. Could you let me know if you've already, have recruited, or are you still waiting? Is the recruitment process still going? That shows that you're very keen on getting that job and wanting to work for their company. If you don't follow up with it, then it's going to be very difficult to try and get into a job. I mean, some employers get hundreds and hundreds of CVs and applications, and they don't always respond to everybody to say, sorry, you've been unsuccessful. But just sending a simple email to them to say, I'm very keen on working with your organization. I've put in an application, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. That will improve the chances of the employer thinking you are very keen on wanting to work for us. Let's give them a chance. Okay. That's that. Okay, now the three main websites that I am going to go through today is the NHS website. This website would allow you to search for all jobs within hospitals, surgeries, those kind of community hospitals environments. There's also eTeach. eTeach website would allow you to search for all jobs within schools and colleges. This doesn't mean just kind of teaching jobs, but quite a lot of other sectors as well, which I will go on to. There's also the local council. So today I will talk about, as we live in Leicester, we will talk about the Leicester City Council website, and I will go through the site to show you the different jobs that are available on there. Now, looking at NHS, there are two different sites. Today, I'm actually going to concentrate on the Jobs NHS site. There's also another website called Track. So if you do want to register with both of them, please do, as they are both beneficial at looking and applying for jobs within hospitals. And these are not just jobs in Leicester, these are jobs all around the country. So you can register onto the NHS site. There's also eTeach. eTeach allows you to look for jobs such as teaching jobs, teaching assistant, lunchtime supervisor. So it's not just teaching roles, but also quite a lot of supportive roles like kitchen assistant, admin assistant, reception jobs, cleaners. There are various jobs within schools. There's even premises officers. There are lots of different roles within schools that you can have a look at. This is mainly for those mums and individuals that need to work within school time. So that's a very good website, and that's for everybody throughout the country. eTeach allows you to look at all the jobs in schools and colleges throughout the country. Now, today there's also Leicester City Council that we're going to go through, and that enables you to look at lots of different departments within the Leicester City Council. So you have the education department, the customer service department, adult social services, leadership management. There's so many different departments within the city council that are always recruiting. So they don't advertise in papers or anything. Most of the time it's on their website and you have to apply online. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to select jobs.net.uk. So this is the website that you will see. I hope you're still able to see this website. Now, under here, it says search for jobs and your applications.
Shabana,
Once you register, you would...
sorry, Shabana, we can see that well. Can you, you are sharing now PowerPoint. Can you please share this sharing PowerPoint and share your
the site is okay.
Yes, we can see now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So today I'm going to go through the NHS website. So as you can see here on the left-hand side, it says search for jobs. So those of you that register onto the website will use sign into your account. Now to register, it's quite simple. You just put in your login details. I will click on there just to show you. Okay, so someone else at the moment is registered on there. I will show you my contact details. Once you register, it enables you to have a look at lots of different applications that you have done and lots of different sort of when it is, have you been successful? Now, when you go to search, this is where and how you can look for the jobs that you are looking for. So if you say, I am looking to work as a healthcare assistant, then you can put in healthcare and then what city you are based in. So if you are looking for jobs within Leicester, or if you think actually I'm okay to relocate, or if you think I just want to stay within a certain miles of a certain area, you can put Leicester. And then it enables you to put down how far you are willing to travel. So those that do not have a car or access to a vehicle, want to try and keep it short so you can travel through public transport, then you can search 5 miles, 10 miles. It's how much you're willing to travel. Sometimes you may need to go a little bit out as some hospitals are a bit further away. So we can search for under 5 miles for now and click on search. So once you click on search, as you can see, there are lots of different job roles that have come up in lots of different departments. So healthcare assistant at Apollo Healthcare. Now, this gives you just basic, simple information. So this is a part-time role, the salary, it's about 4.5 miles away, and the closing date is 29th of January. Now, if you think, okay, this looks quite interesting, I'd like to know a little bit more, click on the job role itself, and then it allows you to read a little bit more about the information. So what the job role is, we are looking for compassionate, committed healthcare assistant in Narborough. On the right-hand side, you also see information about the recruitment team. You may have some questions. You might think, actually, I just want to ask them a few questions about the role, or I'm not quite clear about certain things. Recruitment companies are happy for you to contact them, which is why they do provide you their contact details to either send them an email or give them a call and just clarify the information before applying for the job. And they're more than happy to do that. Going down, it gives you information about the main duties and what your role will be. On the right-hand side, it gives you a little bit of information about the contractual information. So your working patterns, when the job was posted, the reference details, but also where the job will be located, as you can see here. So this will be based in LE19. Now, for some people, this may be too far. So you think, actually, I don't think this is for me. That's okay. We can go back onto our search bar at the top here. So go back and then you can carry on searching. But for those that think, actually, this looks like a really good job, I want a little bit more information, then you've got here on the right-hand side, supporting documents, which gives you a job description. Now, job descriptions are very, very good. This enables you to have a look at the actual person specification and job description. So who are they looking for? What sort of qualifications do they want? What sort of person are they looking for? All this information can be found in this. So as you can see, with this job, it says desirable. Now, these are two things that you need to be really aware of when you're looking and applying for jobs. Any jobs that state desirable means if you have it, it's great, it's perfect, it's brilliant, they're happy with it, but it's not an essential criteria. Now, as you can see at the bottom here, it says essential. So essential means you have to have these qualifications. Without these qualifications, they might not take your application further. So please be aware when you're applying for jobs. As you can see, this gives you a little bit more information about the role, what qualifications they are looking for. And if you think, actually, I meet all the relevant criteria, I am happy to do the job and I'd like to apply, then we'd go back to the job role and then you would click on apply, which is right at the top here, apply for this job. Now, because I am already registered on the website, it will actually show you some of my information so I can start the application. I'm not going to go too much into the details because it will bring up my personal information, and due to data protection, I am unable to show you that. So as you can see, it will say contact details. Now, this is where you just put in your personal details. So, for example, your name, email, phone number, and then right to work. Now, right to work is a section where it just asks you to clarify that you do have the right to work in the UK. It does have lots of different qualifications and areas that you can select. So it will say, are you British? Are you Irish? If you do have any leave to remain or anything, it does take you onto that on the next page. Now, this one, because it's just a simple application, it does say your CV. Now, anywhere it says your CV, if you already have your CV, which is up to date, and it's, the correct format, what you can do is just copy and paste your CV straight into this section. As you can see, copy and paste the text from your CV. Now, please make sure that no personal information is copied onto this section, because the employers want to try and shortlist you not based on your name and personal details, but on your qualifications and experiences. So please make sure no personal details are here, besides all of the jobs that you have done, your employment history and your educational history. And if there's any achievements you have had that will help you towards this role. So, care certificate, for example, if you have done dementia awareness, anything to do with that, then you can put that in here, and that will enable you to be shortlisted for the job. The next section is convictions and cautions. This is just to, as you'll be working with patients and vulnerable people, they would like to do a police check on you. So they will ask you certain questions about your background in terms of, have you ever been in trouble with the police, any kind of court issues. So you need to make sure that you do answer those as honest as possible, because any discrepancies in your application will mean that the employers do have the right to dismiss you from the job. So please make sure you answer all the questions honestly. Fitness to practice, this is just to make sure that you are happy and healthy to be able to work. Here, does it mean that if you have any health issues, you say no, that I'm happy and healthy and I'm fit? All they want to know is, within the job role, if there's anything that the employer can do to help you do the job better. So if you have any health issues that you do want to declare to the employers, please do, because it does mean they can give additional support to put that in place for you. So if you have back problems, they can get you a decent chair to sit on. They also have internal occupational health, which means they can provide you support for that as well. So please do be honest with them. Guaranteed interview schemes, just a few questions, like if you've been in the army or if you've been made redundant, you are priority to get interviews through certain job roles. And equality diversity, that's just your background, your date of birth. There are some questions, if you don't want to answer, you can just say, I don't want to answer, because these are just to make sure that they are recruiting employees from all different backgrounds and communities. So if you do want to answer it, you can. If you don't, then it is a personal option to complete that. Now, once you've completed all of this section, it will enable you to submit your application, and that's it. And once you've submitted it, they will wait till the end of the due date. So each of the job role, as you can see, this one is on the 29th of January. Now, once you've applied for this, make sure you make a note of this somewhere in your diary, or you can always log in to your section where it says your applications right at the top. So then you can have a look at all the applications you've applied and the deadlines. Now, once you are successful, they will send you an email to say you've been successful, here's your interview. Then the next stage would be to have a look at your DBS and your background checks, and then you get into employment. Okay. So this is just looking at one of the websites that we looked at. So we've only looked under healthcare. There are quite a lot of different roles as well. So if certain people think, actually, I don't want any full-time jobs or any part-time jobs, then as you can see on the left-hand side, you can filter them down a little bit more. So if you think, I only want to have a look at permanent jobs only, you can filter them down even more. There's pays, grades, salaries. There's lots of different ways you can filter the jobs that you are looking for. So then you can only find the perfect job that you are looking for. Okay. Now I'm also going to go back to our presentation. I hope you can still see this. Okay. Sorry. Apologies. Going back. Now, the other website I would like to go on to is eTeach. So eTeach will enable you to look at all the different jobs within schools. So this is what it looks like. I find this very, very useful in terms of looking for jobs within all areas of teaching. So some employers do put their jobs on their own website as well. So if you are looking in Leicester, so for example, Leicester College, they do have their own website, and under there they do have work for us section, and you can search via that. But instead of going into different individual employers' websites, I find this website for schools and colleges very, very useful. So if you are looking for jobs within schools, if we say, right, I'm looking for a teaching assistant role, you can put in teaching assistant, okay? And then where? So we can have a look at Leicester and then search. Now, as you can see, it's got lots of jobs all the way down of different teaching assistant, teachers, learning supports, lots of different job roles that are there. Now we can have a look at each one, same as you would within the NHS if you want to have a look at any of these jobs. So we've got a Key Stage 1 teaching assistant role here. Once you click on it, it gives you a little bit more information. Same thing as the NHS website, you will need to make sure that you register yourself onto here, put in all your personal details in terms of your educational qualifications. And then once you've registered, it makes it so much easier to apply for the jobs. I do understand that applications are very, very difficult, but once you spend that time and invest that time within yourself to just get your registration done on all of these websites, it will make life a lot easier when you're applying for jobs quite quickly. So all you would do is just click on Fast Apply, upload your CV, or click on Upload My Current Profile, and it will automatically apply for you. So please do take some of your time and just get your applications completed on each registrations done on these websites. Now, looking at teaching assistant, it gives you information about the description of the job. So what the job role is, where it is, supporting documents. So like same as the job description within NHS, this will also enable you to look at the job, but it also gives you a little bit of information about the school itself as well. So if this fits perfectly with you and you think, actually, I'm looking at this and I'm really happy, it gives you explanation of the application process. So the application must be completed fully, then they will shortlist, then they will complete your references, do the interview process, and then you get started with them as well. So a lot of the information, this is what's important here in terms of what your objectives will be, in terms of what your resources, administrative tasks, and these are the essential criteria. So as you can see, essential right here, which says what is it that you do need to have, and then you've got desirable on the right-hand side. So here on the desirable section, GCSEs and preferably maths or equivalent level 2 basic literacy and numeracy. That means if you don't have these, but you have other qualifications such as functional skills, that will be accepted. Okay. So along with that, all of the other essential criteria as you would within teaching assistants. So general understanding of the curriculum, all the different experiences, equal opportunities, other skills that they would expect you to have. Main thing is safeguarding. Safeguarding is one of the most important things within schools, and you need to understand that and have a good understanding of working within schools. Okay. So this is all the information about this job role. So if you think, okay, that sounds amazing and I really want to go ahead with that job, then you can go ahead with that. So we've got this teaching assistant role. There's quite a lot of other jobs as well, as you can see on the left-hand side. It does say unattended lettings officer, science teacher, humanities teacher, midday supervisor. There's so many different job roles that are available that you can apply for. Premises officers. Premises officers are individuals that work within schools that just do simple repairs and things like that, that, you know, might need a shelf fixing, a door fixing, or any of those, like maintenance workers as well, but also things like making sure the school is safe and secure, locking all the doors and windows, those kind of maintenance roles as well. So that's the premises officers. So there's quite a lot, lots of different roles. Catering assistant. So anybody that wants to work within schools in terms of lunchtime only. So say you have young kids and you only want to work within 10 to 2, some of the roles that I have found that are suitable for those ladies that are looking to get into jobs are catering assistant. Most of these roles are within part-time, so these would be really good to apply for. Please make sure that you do have the relevant qualifications. As you can see on here, they are looking for a level of minimum level 2 of food safety. Also a little bit of experience within catering for large numbers, health and safety, COSH. COSH is very important if you're looking at jobs within catering and cleaning. So there are certain qualifications. As I was saying at the beginning, when you are applying for jobs, try and see if you have any skills that are missing. And if they are, do those courses. Instead of waiting around for the employer to get back to you, you can say, although I had applied for the job, I didn't have a COSH, but now I have already applied for the COSH course and I've registered myself onto it. And that would really help and also make the employers see that you are doing something to try and get yourself into that role. Okay. Now, last and final website is the Leicester City Council website. Now, Leicester City Council have got lots and lots of different departments. So it's about which department you want to work for. Okay. So as you can see here, we've got business support. So this is electoral offices, reception, executive jobs, city services. So this is civil enforcement, so parking officers, those kind of roles, communicating and marketing, construction and maintenance, customer service, education, finance, human resources. So these are so many different departments within. Now, each of these numbers at the bottom tell you how many jobs there are in that department. Okay, so 0 at the moment here, but there are 16 job roles within social care. They've got 3 roles within sports and leisure. So let's just have a quick look under social care. So going down. Okay, these are the different job roles that are available within the adult social care, but also children social care. Got children social worker, adult social workers, children social worker. So quite a lot of different social work jobs. We also have just a lot of adult social worker there. Okay. Just going to also go back and have a look at other jobs as well within the other sectors. There are some education jobs, construction jobs. Let's have a quick look at city services. Okay, now here, casual road safety tutor, services manager, housing support, school crossing patrol. These are part-time jobs as well. So these are what we call here in the UK, lollipop ladies outside of school. So although I shouldn't say that, it's men and women now. So it's school crossing patrols, standing outside of schools in the morning and then in the afternoons to make sure that children are crossing the road safely. There's also homelessness prevention officers, operational transport drivers. So quite a lot of different roles, but same as all of the jobs that we looked at within NHS and eTeach, all have their own job descriptions and personal specifications that you can have a look at. I will have a look at this school crossing patrol job just so we can see a little bit more information. So a little bit on the left of the job details where it just explains the closing date, where the job will be located, how many hours, but also, as you can see, job specification is right there that you can click on, which enables you to see what the desirable and essential criteria they are looking for. So this job is just part-time from 6 to 8 hours per week, permanent job. So I'm assuming it's probably 2 hours a day that you would need to 1 to 2 hours in the morning, 1 to 2 hours in the afternoon. Give you a bit of description about the job role itself. So here we go. Part-time vacancies, 6 to 8 hours. These are term-time positions, working 38 weeks per year. On average, you'll work approximately 40 minutes in the morning and 40 minutes in the afternoon. Okay. So more description about the job. And if you feel like this is something for you and you think this is great, I'd like to apply online, then please click on apply. And same as the other 2 websites, you would fill in all of your personal details, your qualifications, your education. And then once that's done, it's quite easy and simple to just click on one button and apply. Okay. I hope that these websites have been useful for you. These are only just some websites that I am going through. Now, if you are living in different cities and you think I want to apply within the council within that area, just Google them. So on Google, just put in what city you're in, and it will enable you to bring that up. Sometimes if you find it really difficult to navigate the website, then just put in the name of the city council. So if you think, okay, Birmingham City Council, and at the end, just add in vacancies or jobs or careers. Any of those words will enable you to then find the website that shows all of their job roles that they have. Okay. I hope that's been useful for me to go through these and just to kind of show you there are quite a lot of other websites that you can utilize. Now, one thing I would say is do register yourself on certain websites in terms of Indeed, the CV library. There's quite a lot of sites that you can register and upload your CV. Now, when I was looking for a job in between, I thought, okay, let me just register myself. It didn't take me long. I've uploaded my CV and you can make it so you enable your CV to be visible for other recruiters. So when employers are looking for jobs, they will search for, a careers advisor, and my CV would pop up for them. And then they would contact me to say, hey, we saw your CV indeed, very keen on, wanting to meet you, or would like to invite you for a job interview, or here's our description about the job. But it also enables them to look for you and not just you looking for them. Okay, so please do register yourself on some websites and make sure your CV is visible to the public, but do not put any personal details on your CV. The only personal information you should have is your name, phone number, and email address. Personal address, as in home address, is not very essential anymore because employers do not need that to contact you. They can contact you via email or phone. So please do not put any other personal details. I have seen people with date of birth and nationality. Please do not put that much personal information, as that does not show your capability of doing your job. It's your qualifications and your skills. Okay. Now, just to kind of go on, we've got local government and public services. So you've got the Leicester Gov website, jobsgopublic.co.uk, but also civil service jobs. So if you're looking for jobs within the courts, if you think, right, I'd like to go and work in the court, I'm a qualified solicitor, then those are the websites that you would use. But also places like Job Centre Plus, they advertise on civil service. There's also other jobs like websites, voluntary work, such as doit.org, volunteering, Val Online. If you are looking for apprenticeships, now some people may not be aware of what apprenticeships are. Apprenticeships is where you work and you earn at the same time. So 80% of it will be work-based and 20% will be college or university-based. There are lots of different apprenticeships at different levels. They start from level 2 all the way up to degree level apprenticeships. So you can work and study and still get a degree. Okay, if you're unsure about these or want to just have a look, please go on to find apprenticeship websites. So you've got even other sites like Leicester Employment Hub that do provide quite a lot of apprenticeships on their site as well. Leicester College have an apprenticeship site as well, because some of the local colleges do provide apprenticeships. Okay. There's also other specialist sites. So for those that are looking for jobs within restaurants and hotels, pubs, catering roles, then caterer.com. I found is very useful. Those that might want to kind of travel and look at cruise ships and those kind of roles, we've got hatecareers.co.uk, jobs within NHS, charity jobs, any of those that want to work within the charity sector and think I'd like to kind of give back or even just become a trustee for a charity, please do look under charityjobs.co.uk. Now in Leicester, there are two, one of the big companies we have is Hastings Direct, which is an insurance company for car, life and different kind of insurances. And they have a call center. So there's Hastings Direct if you'd like to work for them. There's also Amazon. Amazon is quite big in Leicester. There's a warehouse not too far from Leicestershire. So Colville, I think they've got one there, and they've got lots of different warehouse jobs there as well. Okay. Now retail, anybody that wants to go into retail, we've got the High Cross. So looking at all the different shopping centres in your area. So for example, if you live in Manchester, look at Trafford Centre's website and then they will have jobs in there. We also have a retail job within kind of supermarkets. So Aldi, Tesco, any of those websites you can have a look at as well. There's also student jobs. I have had a lot of individuals that are international students or just, students that say, well, I want to just earn a little bit more money, be able to spend and go out and do things or, just pay my student loans and fees. So there are different websites that you can look on for student jobs. Some individuals that are at universities and colleges, they also have their own careers team or will have a careers website where employers go to the college or the university with vacancies to say, hey, if you know any students that might be interested, can you please advertise this for me? So please have a look at your internal websites as well for college and universities, and you may be able to find some part-time jobs through them as well. Going forward, food outlets and coffee shops. So a lot of jobs, part-time jobs, full-time jobs, KFC, McDonald's, Starbucks, Indeed. There's quite a lot of different places that you can apply for. Now, please don't think, okay, I'm just going to apply for McDonald's jobs and I'm just going to be stuck there. But McDonald's and other places do give you an opportunity to progress further within your job role, either by going through courses, training. Some even give you a degree apprenticeship to move on as a manager or assistant managers. So, please do ask your employers for any other progression that you would like to have in your career. Now, I always say, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. So a lot of people go into workplace and really don't enjoy it. So I always say try and go for a job that you're going to really enjoy waking up to do. And then you will never be kind of sad or waking up when you're waking up in the morning to go to work. If you're unsure about jobs, one thing I have found is there are certain websites where you can do skills assessments. So you can tick boxes where it asks you what you like and don't like, and that will enable you to shortlist some of the jobs that would be suitable for you and your personality. If you're not sure or you think you would like to, get some support from me, please do get in touch with me. I do provide additional support around CV, covering letter, application forms, interview skills and preparations. There's a lot involved when you're attending interviews, so it's about how to prepare for yourself. Do you know where you're going? What are you going to be wearing? Do you know who you're going to ask for when you get there? And those kind of things as well. So preparing before the interview and then the interview itself. So if you do need additional support, please do not hesitate to contact me. I do understand that job searching is very, very difficult, but once you've found that perfect job, then you will be happy. Okay, so that's it for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening to me. And if you do have any additional questions or anything, please do get in touch with me. So my name is Shabana, and I'd just like to say thank you to Spring Educational Society for giving me this opportunity to do this presentation and share my skills with others. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shabana. I think it was really very beneficial for us. Actually, we have 10 or 15 minutes more. If you want, can you give us some tips about the last slide, which one was a CV, cover letter, interview skills, for example? Do you want to talk about some more about that part of the presentation? Because, for example, some tips for how to write a CV, for example. What are the things that we need to consider? A couple of sentences, and also cover letter. Why cover letter is needed? What can we write on cover letter, for example? We can continue. We can talk about more about them. Some tips of skills, for example. If you
can I just do that? Yeah, just do a bit of talk. Yeah. Do you want to see the presentation or just me?
Just use good.
Okay.
I will edit that part so that you can say that let me you can start start giving talking about this. Okay.
Go ahead. So just to kind of mention, I think I would like to just go through CV. So in terms of CVs, there are lots of different formats. Now, in the UK, the main important thing is just having your personal details, like I said in my presentation, just your name, email, and contact number. You don't need to have your address anymore, as that's not how employers contact you. Followed by personal profile. And a personal profile has really got to catch the employer's eyes straight away. Now, you've got to think employers get hundreds and hundreds of CVs every day. You need to be that one standing out, okay? So no photos, anything like that on there. It doesn't need to have, lots of images or anything like that. But that first paragraph is what would catch the employer's eyes. So that's what you need to make sure you get perfect, okay? If you do need help with that, I do have examples of personal profiles. Please do get in touch with me. Now, moving on, you would need to then do skills. So all of the relevant skills that you are looking for. So, for example, if I want to work within healthcare, then I need to make sure I mention things like care certificate. I mention things like safeguarding. So those are the skills that they are looking for within that role. Now, followed by that, if you've had a lot of educational, experiences, but no personal work experiences, then put all your education down first, okay? But if you're one that has got a lot of work experience, Then you will start with your employment. So put the dates from what date to what date you were working at that organization, which organization, and your job role. Please make sure that's quite clear and that stands out, followed by some duties. So what was your job role? But in this is where you need to try and mention if you've achieved something. So, for example, if you're working somewhere and you found a method where it cut down quite a lot of time doing something and made it more efficient, mention that, because that's what you need to show them, that you didn't just go in every day and just got on with the role, but you used initiatives to try and improve the services of that organization or made the services better. Okay, followed by your employment and then education. Education, you need to put down everything. Now, here I do say to everybody, if you've got any on-the-job training, so if you work somewhere and they've given you equality diversity training, they've provided mental health training, or say they've given you manual handling, first aid, all of those qualifications need to go under your education and training. So please mention when you did that qualification, who was the provider and what the qualification was. That's very important as well, because then it shows that you are happy to undergo training and you're happy to kind of successfully complete that. Now, the next section would be hobbies and interests. Now, please make it relevant to the job role that you're applying for. So if you are applying for, say, a social media role and you've done quite a lot of social media stuff for charities or anything like that, now that's where you need to mention that, to say my hobbies and interests are, supporting the local communities. I've utilized my social media skills where I support and I've helped them gain some fundraising, anything that you feel would help you to look at the employer, and the employer will say, actually, this person's also trying to do this on as their passion or a hobby or their interest, and that really helps as well. Plus, also gives the employer to talk to you about something different. So if you have done some charity work, or if you've got certain qualifications or something you're really proud of, even if you've done a marathon and you want to mention that, that's still very good to kind of mention that in there. And then last and final is your references. Do not put your names and details of your references on your CV because of data protection and GDPR, but also they don't want to be bombarded. Your references don't want to be bombarded by employers and recruitment agencies to say, hey, have you got any jobs? That's literally what was happening previously. So now we just put references available on request. Now, whatever you do, please make sure you have two individuals. If it's professional references, that will be great. So you need to have at least one professional reference. So whether it's from your work, your education, so your tutor, your lecturer, any of those individuals that can give you a reference. Now, references just mean they want to know about you without asking you. Now, if somebody said to me, hey, Shabana, what sort of person you are? I'd say, I'm great, I'm perfect, I'm always on time. But they want to hear this from someone else who's professional, who's known me for a number of years, if that be, or within a professional capacity. So they would contact my previous employers and say, hey, was Shabana always on time? Was she good with team? How was her targets? Did she meet deadlines? Those are the kind of questions they might ask. They might even ask if I was, attending, if I had any sick days, those kind of relevant questions, because that enables them to determine if you are the right candidate for them. So if you're always late and, if that's what your employer says, then that might be something that will stop your application there. So you need to have two individuals that can give you references. One needs to be professional and one can be a character reference. Now, character reference is someone that's known you within the community. It can't be friends or family, unfortunately, but it needs to be someone in the community that might have known you. So say you attend your local church and your pastor there's they know you, then you can speak to them. If you attend your local mosque and your imam knows you there, you can ask them for a reference because they have an upstanding in the community. They are able to give you a reference as well. Okay, if you do struggle for references, please do get in touch with me and then we'll have a look at options of what references and how we can go about to do them, because some individuals do struggle. And I have found that at that stage, employers are not happy to take your applications further, because if there's no references available, it means you can't prove what sort of individual you are. So that's it for me for CVs. Now, going ahead with cover letters. Cover letters are very, very important if you get it right. Okay. Now, in the cover letters, it's about, so the way we look at it is your CV is like a photo. And then, so yeah, CV is like a photo, and your cover letter is the video that goes with it. So you're showing your snapshot, which is your CV, and then your cover letter is the video explaining who you are, what you've done, but also how your qualifications and experiences matches who and what they are looking for. So if they say we are looking for an individual who's had experience, hitting targets and deadlines, you can explain if you've done that in your previous role to say, while I was working at this organization, I hit the targets, I hit all the relevant targets, such as da, 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 da. So you can put in what sort of targets you had, how you achieved them, but that's what they need to see in the cover letters is how you match their job description and their person specification. Now, sometimes employers don't actually physically sit and look at your application. Nowadays, more and more employers are using AI, which is artificial intelligence. So what they would do is your CV or your application will go into a computer system. On the other side, they have the job description and the person specification in that computer system. So what they will do is have a look at how many of the words from their job description and person specification matches your application. And then you get automatically shortlisted for an interview. So sometimes it's not really humans that sit there and do that. It's computers that do that. There are some websites. There's one, I think, which allows you to compare your CVs. There's not one at the moment for comparing applications, but there are some that allows you to compare CVs to job descriptions and your CV. So you can copy the job description onto the site, put your CV on the other side, and it tells you how many percentage it matches that job. And if it doesn't, it tells you how you can improve your CV. So if you do need some support with that, please do get in touch with me and I can help you with that. So that's the cover letter. Now, cover letters are also very important. It helps you to put in that additional information section when you're doing application forms. So a lot of people look at application forms and get daunted straight away. So they say, oh my God, this is so long, it's going to take me forever. But it won't, okay? Because you've got your cover letter ready. Okay, so what you can do is look at your cover letter that you've already got or must have applied for. If it's a similar job role, then you can copy that, put it in there, but have a look at the job description of the employer and what are they looking for. And does that your cover letter complete all of that? If it does, great, we can copy it, paste it straight in the application, and you're ready to go. Okay. If not, then it's about seeing where the missing gaps are. So you previously may have applied for a admin role, but this time you're going for a customer service role. So there may be certain things about more customer service that you may need to add in this application than you needed to in terms of admin information. Okay. So I hope that's been useful. If you do need any other additional support, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. But if any kind of job employment or, kind of support you need, if you're not sure of what sort of jobs to search for, skills assessment or anything like that you need support with, please do let me know and I'll be here to support you and guide you. You can either contact me by phone or you can send me an email and I'll be more than happy to send you a link for the relevant information that you need. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.